There's nothing like watching a big tree fall. The suspense builds to that one exciting moment when that large tree tumbles downward with a loud crash. And I wonder, how long has that tree been growing there? How long has it been since it died? What killed it? Answers to those questions might seem interesting to me, but it doesn't matter anymore. Now that tree has entered the final phase of its existence as we prepare to burn it in our fireplace. And where that tree spent so many years growing will now look much different after we clean it up. And the living things that interacted with that tree will have to find an alternative. Each thing around us has a beginning and an end. That tree is ended, and in its place is a new beginning. The same can be said for many things in life. Some endings and beginnings are up to us. We just need to pick up and use the saw, then clean up, and choose to light the fire in the fireplace. Earth Day started in 1970 as a campaign encouraging us to be more aware of our surroundings. April 22nd of 2020 is the 50th Earth Day.
Put as much as you can in that from that aquarium, and then use that for one whole pot, okay? So we've been talking about putting a garden in our house, and what you need for plants are something to grow in, water, and light. And being that it's close to Earth Day, I've been thinking, how can I use materials that I have around here in order to get a space ready? Reduce, reuse, recycle is what they say, and it's in that order that's most effective. I'm going to show you how we're going to repurpose these, and then some nut containers as well. We're going to use these for the VLA garden. But this is just a store-bought tomato, and this tomato here says grown in Michigan. We got it at Kroger today. So I'm just going to use one of these reclaimed here to...
Some may think that Earth Day is where we support the idea of saving the whales or never cutting down forests. But really, Earth Day could be an opportunity for us to recognize endings and beginnings. What do we want to cut out of our lives? What do we need to clean up? And what do we want to plant?
We'll just keep watering them.
There are many things a person can do to manage their resources better. Here are two main themes. How do we reduce what we bring in? And how do we reduce what we throw out? Several years ago, I processed through an online Ecological Footprint Calculator for the first time, and it was eye-opening for me. Since then, I've become more aware and efficient than I used to be when it comes to how my family uses resources.
And we're going to get all the roofing nails out, and I'm going to cut this one down when we do the other one. We could probably get 4 shelves out of this, just this one sheet.
And it has simplified our lives. We now spend less money and generate much less waste than we used to. We all need something to celebrate right now. The internet is full of ideas on how to celebrate Earth Day at home with common things we have available around us.
Let's see how it works.
So I saw in a YouTube video that you can take an onion and cut the bottom of it off, replant it, and it'll grow another onion. So I cook with onions all the time. I'm going to be using this. YouTube video says you take the side with the roots. That's the side that you're going to plant right there.
Let's face it though, if it isn't fun, we won't do it. In my house, we decided to focus on family projects. We're planting memories.
And so they sprouted, which is really cool. So I'm going to plant these in, we've got several of them. I'm going to go ahead and plant these in a pot. So I'm going to plant these in a separate pot. I've got 3 of them. I think onions use a lot of water. So I learned a lot from YouTube. This was a YouTube idea.
Earth Day is a time when we can remind ourselves that our actions do matter. What I do or don't do will have an effect on those around me, whether I like it or not.
Voila! So here I've got this decking that was no longer needed, and so the deck was replaced. And so, in honor of Earth Day, I'm trying to think, how do we want to use that decking? And I'm thinking, raised garden bed boxes. We can reclaim that and reuse that.
Being mindful of how I impact others can help me to choose to find the win-win more often. I have enjoyed spending more time with my children and wife. Earth Day for me is another opportunity to invest in my children's future. And how will they remember this time? My hope is that they grow stronger than the trees. My hope is that they will learn to master their surroundings with compassion for others. I will choose for this season to be an ending to some of those selfish pursuits I've held on to, and a beginning of more investment in others. How will you choose to spend your time?
My 3-year-old sits right here. That's you. You're